Okay, good morning, Year 9. Apologies if you hear noises from outside, etc. The rain has just started, and I think I've heard a bit of thunder as well. So it's raining and pouring right now. So today we are actually finished with chapter 5, which was all about fractions, decimals, and percentages, and we're actually now on chapter 6, which is a bit more algebra, so something kind of completely different. Okay, for us to kind of get stuck into. So your date is the 18th and your title is Forming Algebraic Expressions, and then you've got your learning objective here. Okay, so make sure you pause the video whenever you need to copy anything down. Okay, so first things we need to think about are some algebraic rules that we need to know off by heart. Okay, so you're going to copy these down in your books. So for more than x, when something says more than, it means adding. Okay, so more than means adding. So for more than x would be x plus 4, because it's 4 more than x. Okay, you could put 4 plus x, but that's not technically correct. It's saying 4 more than x. X is your starting point and it's 4 more than that. So it's x plus 4. Let's have a look at the next one. So 6 less than p, or p minus 6, would be p take away 6 in algebra. Okay, 6 less than p exactly means the same thing as p minus 6. Okay. 4 times y. Now, if you remember with algebra, we don't like times signs. So we actually don't put a times sign in at all, and we put the letter and the number together. So 4 times y ends up as being 4y, where the number always comes first. b divided by 2, we use fractions instead of division sign, so b over 2 would be what you would write. 1 times x is just x, okay, by itself, and t times t is t squared. Okay, so there are 6 algebraic rules that will help you to write whatever algebraic expressions that you want to write. Okay, so just a little note at the bottom: when a number and a letter, or a letter and a letter appear together, so next door to each other with no gap between them, there is a hidden multiplication sign between them. So 7x means 7 times x, and AB means A times B. So there's just a little extra note there for you about these algebraic rules. Okay, so make sure you copy these into your books. You can use your highlighter to put a little highlighted box around them, okay, to make sure that they stand out. So here's your first example. How would I write these expressions? So I have a number and I add 5 to it. I have a number and I add 5 to it. Well, we can say that the number is represented by n, and if you add 5 to it, it would look like n plus 5, wouldn't it? Okay, next one. I have a number. Oh, hang on, let me just go back actually, because it says I have a number A, I add 5 to it. So I think what this is telling us to do is that the number has to be represented by the letter A. So again, I have a number A, I multiply it by 2. Well, that will become 2A, because 2 times A means 2A, and then take away 6, so minus 6. Okay, I have a number A, I square it, and then I half it. So first of all, we've got to square A, so A times A, which means A squared, and then we've got to half it, so divide it by 2. So that would be A squared over 2. Okay, so these are 3 little examples here of how we would write algebraic expressions from sentences. This one will probably look better if you wrote it A squared and then had your 2 at the bottom and then your fraction line between them. Okay, this is actually probably better and more correct. Okay, so a squared over 2. They mean the same thing, but this is just, the second one is probably a better way to write it. Okay, so here's another example. This will be example number 2 that you copy. Okay. What is the area of each of these rectangles? Well, we know that the area of any rectangle is length times width. Okay. And so for A, the area would just be 4 times 6, which is 24 centimetres squared. So that's the first one, really, really easy there. Part B. Now look, we don't know what the width is. 4 times W, we don't know what that is. So we've got to find an algebraic expression or formula instead. So the area is going to be 4 times W, which we know is 4W centimetres squared. And that's it, that's the final answer. Because we don't know what W is, we can just leave it like that. And then for C, L times W. So the area equals L times W, which would be LW centimetres squared. Okay, so our answers, I'm just going to highlight them. Our answers for each of those, that's A, that's B, and that's C. So remember when you're timesing something together, so 2 letters or a number and a letter together, put them next to each other with no time signs, and then that's how we always know that that means multiply. Okay, here are the questions that I'd like you to do. So write down the algebraic expression for 2 more than x, 6 less than x, k more than x. So you're writing algebraic expressions like this and like this. So 4 more than x was x plus 4. 6 less than p was p minus 6. So that's what you're doing for your lesson today. Okay, these are the questions here up to p. So what I'd like you to do is write down the sentence and then write the algebraic expression next to it. Now don't get confused and do them the wrong way around. Make sure you've got the letters the right way around. There are answers for this on the PDF that I'm going to upload, so don't worry. Here's just a little extension for us today. So sometimes you'll get these sorts of questions, but as a story, you know, when they like to give you a few sentences, etc., and it's like a story, but you've got to do the maths behind it. So Dave is D years old, Sophie is 3 years older than Dave, Mark is 9 years younger than Dave, and Gail is 4 times Dave's age. Work out an expression in terms of D for Sophie's age, Mark's age, and Gail's age. Okay, so Sophie's age. Sophie is 3 years older than Dave, so that's 3 years more than Dave, isn't it? So if Dave is D years old, Sophie is going to be D plus 3 years old. For Mark is 9 years younger, so that means he's 9 years less than Dave, so that's going to be D minus 9. And then lastly, Gail's age. Gail is 4 times Dave's age. So that would be 4 times D, which we know as just 4D. Okay, so there's a kind of question in context for you, so you can see how it might be used in like an exam question or something like that. Okay, all right. So to end, please take a picture of your maths work and send it to me via email or submit to Google Classroom as usual. Any problems with any of this, let me know. Or if you get stuck with any particular question, please let me know as well. Okay? Right, I hope you have a lovely day. And remember to contact me if you need any help with anything. I'll speak soon.